Do you guys remember the Jinx? It was an HBO documentary about Robert Durst, who was a very wealthy New York guy who was suspected of at least 3 murders. His wife, who was disappeared in 82, his best friend, who was murdered in 2000, and then a neighbor in 2001. He was put on trial for the 2001 murder, claimed self-defense, and he beat it. And then he got cocky because he sat for this documentary. And when the documentary filmmakers were digging into that 2000 murder of his friend, they find in his effects that he gave them access to a handwriting sample where he spelled Beverly Hills with 3 E's. Beverley. But there's only 2 E's in Beverly. Beverly. The reason that stood out to them was because an anonymous letter was sent to the police directing them to his friend's body after the murder. And on the envelope, in very similar handwriting, the same spelling mistake was made as to Beverly. The documentary filmmakers confront him with this, and he goes to the bathroom with a hot mic, and he says, I don't want to get this wrong, "There it is, you're caught. What the hell did I do? Killed them all, of course." Anyway, he got arrested after this documentary was made. Why am I telling you about this? Yesterday I said, okay, 50, thanks for the entertainment, I guess, but you could have spoken up sooner. And I maintain that because a lot of people, I maintain that in the face of people saying, what are you talking about? He's been talking shit about Diddy to whoever will listen for a very long time. All I remember him saying was he would make snide remarks about him and how he was gay. He was always making jokes or actually very angrily accusing him of being gay. And then he would talk about that shopping invitation. But I don't remember him ever saying he's doing these things, he killed these people. So while he was one of the few who was openly talking shit about him, I don't really know. I mean, he was talking in a negative tone about him, one of the few. I don't think he was trying to sound the alarm, but I take back that this documentary is not going to do anything other than being entertainment, because there were some things, right, that were connected, some dots that were connected in the document. Like, for example, there's that audio of the shooter that was not public ever, where he's talking to the police or to whomever, detective, and he paints the whole thing. This is how much he was paid, or this is how much he was offered to be paid, and then he was only going to get half of it because he only got half of the job done. Only one of them died. $100,000 was what he was due, and he never even ended up getting that money because it went through a third party and it never made it to him. Anyway, cut to a song where Diddy says he'll put $100,000 on your head. And I think the insinuation is like he's done before. But that number was not public knowledge. Fred Durst got away with that particular murder, for 21 years. He wasn't arrested until 2021, and that was as a result of a documentary on HBO. We also know that there have been investigations launched into housewives and their husbands based on things that are said on the show. What I'm saying is, it is not beyond the realm of possibility that Diddy gets charged for Tupac's murder and the conspiracy to commit the murder of Biggie. So for that and that alone, I take back what I said about 50. This could very well end up with charges.